Imagine a fighter jet so fast that it could outrun missiles, so powerful that it terrified NATO for years. A machine built not for dogfights, but for pure speed. This is the MiG-25 Foxbat, and its story is one of fear, deception, and extreme engineering. The 1960s. The Cold War is heating up. The United States is developing the B-70 Valkyrie, a bomber designed to fly at Mach 3. High, fast, untouchable. The Soviet Union needed something radical, not just a fighter, but a missile with a pilot inside. That is how the MiG-25 was born. Designed by the legendary McCoy-Gurevich Bureau, this aircraft had one mission: intercept anything, at any altitude, at extreme speed. The Foxbat does not look elegant. It looks sharp, aggressive, industrial. That is because it was built around speed. Twin massive engines, huge air intakes, wide twin vertical stabilizers. But here is the shocking part. It was made mostly of stainless steel, not titanium, not lightweight composites. Steel, because at Mach 3, the aircraft heats up dramatically. Aluminum would melt. Steel could survive. This jet was engineered like a flying furnace. When Western intelligence first detected the MiG-25, panic spread. It was clocked at over Mach 2.8. Some reports believed it could exceed Mach 3.2. That made it one of the fastest military aircraft ever built. Only the American state, Route 71, was faster. The Foxbat could climb to over 80,000 feet, higher than most fighters, higher than most missiles. It was not built to turn. It was built to run. In 1976, a Soviet pilot named Viktor Belenko defected to Japan. He landed his MiG-25 at Hakodate Airport. For the first time, the West could examine the Foxbat closely. What they found was surprising. The jet was powerful, but not as advanced electronically as feared. Its radar was massive, but vacuum tube-based. Old technology, but resistant to nuclear electromagnetic pulses. The West realized something important. The MiG-25 was not a dogfighter. It was a high-speed interceptor, and in that role, it was terrifyingly effective. The Foxbat used two Tumansky R-15 engines. These engines were enormous. When pushed to maximum speed, they could damage themselves. Pilots were warned not to exceed certain limits, but in emergencies, the aircraft could go beyond Mach 3. At that speed, engine life would be reduced, sometimes permanently. This jet was built for mission success, not engine comfort. The MiG-25 carried massive air-to-air missiles, R-40 missiles, long-range, high-altitude interceptors, designed to destroy bombers. It could also carry reconnaissance equipment. That created different variants, interceptor versions, recon versions. The MiG-25 became a high-speed spy aircraft, flying deep into enemy territory, too fast to catch. The Foxbat saw action in the Middle East. Iraq operated MiG-25s. During the Iran-Iraq War, they scored aerial victories. In the Gulf War, a MiG-25 reportedly shot down an F/A 18 Hornet. Even against modern jets, its speed made it dangerous. It would climb, launch missiles, and escape, engage, and disengage. That was its tactic. Strengths: extreme speed, high altitude capability, powerful radar for its time, long-range missiles. Weaknesses: poor maneuverability, limited dogfight capability, heavy airframe, short engine lifespan at max speed. The Foxbat was never meant to dance. It was meant to strike. Sometimes, a weapon's greatest power is fear. When NATO first analyzed radar data, they believed the MiG-25 was highly maneuverable, fast, agile, deadly. That fear influenced Western fighter development. It accelerated the creation of aircraft like the F-15 Eagle. Ironically, the Foxbat helped shape its own future enemies. The MiG-25 eventually evolved into the MiG-31 Foxhound. More advanced radar, better avionics, improved interception capability. But the foundation was the Foxbat, a jet built for a single purpose: speed. The MiG MiG-25 set multiple speed and altitude records. Some remain impressive even today. It proved that brute force engineering still works. It showed that sometimes raw performance matters more than elegance. Even today, aviation enthusiasts respect the Foxbat because few aircraft dare to fly that fast. The MiG-25 was not the ultimate dogfighter. It was not stealthy. It was not technologically delicate. It was a hammer built to smash high-altitude threats. And it did its job. During the Cold War, it stood as a guardian of Soviet skies, a symbol of speed, a machine that turned fear into strategy. Imagine sitting inside the MiG-25. No modern glass cockpit, no colorful digital screens, analog dials, heavy switches, warning lights glowing amber and red. The cockpit was built for function, not comfort. At extreme altitude, the world outside turns dark blue. The curvature of the Earth becomes visible. Below you, clouds look like a thin white sheet. Ahead of you, only sky. The Foxbat pilot had one responsibility: climb fast, lock target, fire, return. There was no room for hesitation. At Mach 2.8, decisions happen quickly. Flying near Mach 3 is not normal flight. It is controlled stress. The nose heats up, the canopy heats up, the skin of the aircraft expands. Temperatures could exceed 300 degrees Celsius. Fuel was even used as coolant. When a jet landed after high-speed flight, ground crews could not immediately touch the airframe. It was that hot. The MiG-25 was not just fighting enemies. It was fighting physics. The reconnaissance variant of the MiG-25 flew missions over hostile territory. Fast, high, almost unreachable. Middle East operations proved something important. Even advanced Western jets struggled to intercept it. By the time enemy radar locked on, the Foxbat was already leaving. Speed was its shield, not stealth, not maneuverability, pure velocity. By the 1980s and 1990s, air combat was evolving. More advanced radars, better missiles, improved electronic warfare. The Foxbat was aging. It could still fly incredibly fast. But dogfighting against aircraft like the F-15 or F-16 was risky. Its large size made it easier to detect. Its turning ability was limited. Yet in long-range interception, it remained dangerous because closing distance quickly changes everything. During the Gulf War in 1991, Iraqi MiG-25s faced coalition aircraft. Despite overwhelming opposition, one Foxbat managed to shoot down a U.S. Navy F/A-18 Hornet. It was one of the few confirmed air-to-air kills against coalition forces in that war. That single event proved something. Even an older high-speed interceptor could still be lethal in the right hands, at the right moment. The MiG-25 represents a unique engineering mindset. Instead of balance, it chose specialization. Instead of agility, it chose speed. Instead of lightweight materials, it chose durability. Western aircraft often focused on multi-role flexibility. The Foxbat focused on one job: intercept, climb higher than anyone else, arrive faster than anyone else, and leave before anyone can respond. That philosophy defined its existence. The MiG-25 set multiple world records for speed and altitude. Some of those records remain difficult to match even today. It demonstrated that pushing raw power to the limit can achieve extraordinary results. Few aircraft in history were willing to operate so close to structural limits. The Foxbat did it regularly. It lived on the edge. The MiG-25 eventually retired from most frontline service, but its impact never disappeared. It influenced Western aircraft development. It shaped Cold War strategy. It proved that intelligence assumptions can be misleading. And it showed the world that sometimes speed alone can redefine the battlefield. Its successor, the MiG-31, refined the concept, but the original legend was the Foxbat. The MiG-25 was not perfect. It was heavy, demanding, fuel-hungry, but it was fearless, built in an era where performance meant survival. A jet designed under pressure, a machine born from rivalry. When we talk about the fastest interceptors ever built, the Foxbat stands near the top, a symbol of Cold War intensity, a guardian of Soviet airspace, and a reminder that in aviation, sometimes extreme solutions create legendary machines. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the fastest military aircraft ever built, like this video, share it with fellow aviation enthusiasts, and comment below which fighter jet you want next. Your support helps this channel grow and keeps these aviation stories flying, because in the world of air power, speed matters, innovation matters, and history always leaves a mark in the sky.